Kawasaki KZ1000P, a classic police motorcycle icon. Introduction: the definitive Kawasaki police bike. The Kawasaki KZ1000P is one of the most recognizable police motorcycles ever built. Based on Kawasaki's powerful KZ1000 series, it was engineered specifically for law enforcement duty, combining strong performance, rugged reliability, and practical equipment tailored to officers' daily needs. With its distinctive fairing, hard saddlebags, and upright riding position, the KZ1000P became a familiar sight on highways and city streets across North America and beyond. Enthusiasts remember the KZ1000P not only for its real-world service, but also for its frequent appearances in television shows and movies, where it came to symbolize the classic image of a motorcycle cop. Today, it is appreciated as a vintage machine that blends old-school mechanical simplicity with purpose-built police design. What made the KZ1000P iconic? Several factors helped the KZ1000P earn its iconic status among police motorcycles. Its air-cooled, four-cylinder engine delivered strong acceleration and high-speed stability, essential for highway patrol and pursuit work. The chassis was tuned for predictable handling, while heavy-duty components, such as reinforced frames, upgraded charging systems, and robust brakes, were designed to withstand long hours of service. Equally important was its distinctive police equipment. The KZ1000P typically carried radio gear, sirens, crash bars, and large saddlebags, all integrated into a cohesive package. Its white paint schemes and tall windshields gave it an authoritative presence. For many departments, the bike struck a balance between performance, durability, and cost, making it a long-running favorite even as newer designs emerged. Era of use and service life. The KZ1000P served primarily from the late 1970s through the early 2000s, with its peak popularity in the 1980s and 1990s. During this period, it was widely adopted by police agencies in the United States, particularly for highway patrol and traffic enforcement. While some departments began transitioning to newer models in the 1990s, many KZ1000P units remained in active duty well into the 2000s due to their proven reliability and the availability of parts. By the time it was finally phased out, the KZ1000P had become one of the longest-serving police motorcycle platforms of its era. Its extended service life meant that multiple generations of officers trained and worked on the same basic machine, further cementing its reputation as a dependable workhorse. Origins: from Z1 to KZ1000. The story of the KZ1000P begins with Kawasaki's influential Z-Series four-cylinder motorcycles of the 1970s. The 1973 Z1900 introduced a powerful, smooth, and durable inline-four engine that quickly gained a reputation for speed and toughness. Building on this success, Kawasaki increased displacement and refined the design, leading to the KZ900 and then the KZ1000 in the mid to late 1970s. These early KZ1000 models offered strong performance and a solid chassis, making them attractive to police departments looking for modern, high-performance motorcycles. Before a dedicated police version existed, some agencies adapted civilian KZ models with aftermarket equipment, proving that the platform could handle the demands of law enforcement work. Creation of a dedicated police variant. Recognizing the growing interest from law enforcement agencies, Kawasaki developed a purpose-built police variant in the late 1970s. Around 1978 to 1979, Kawasaki introduced the KZ1000C and related police-specific versions, which evolved into the better-known KZ1000P designation in the early 1980s. These models were not just civilian bikes with accessories, they were engineered from the factory with police duty in mind. The dedicated police variant featured reinforced frames, upgraded electrical systems to power radios and lights, and standardized mounting points for sirens, crash bars, and saddlebags. Kawasaki also worked closely with departments to refine ergonomics, controls, and maintenance access, ensuring that the bikes were practical for daily patrol use and easy for fleet mechanics to service. Key milestones and major updates. Over its long production run, the KZ1000P went through several important stages. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the early police KZ1000 models established the basic formula: an air-cooled 1,000 cubic centimeters four-cylinder engine, a sturdy steel frame, and full police equipment. By the early to mid-1980s, Kawasaki refined the model into the KZ1000P designation, standardizing many of the features that would define the bike for decades. Throughout the 1980s, incremental updates improved reliability and usability. Changes included revised ignition systems, improved braking components, and tweaks to suspension and ergonomics. The styling also evolved slightly, with updated fairings, lighting, and instrumentation, while retaining the classic upright silhouette that officers favored. In the 1990s, as competitors introduced newer, more modern police motorcycles, Kawasaki continued to produce the KZ1000P with further refinements rather than a complete redesign. This continuity appealed to departments that valued parts commonality and familiar maintenance procedures. Approximate production continued into the early 2000s, with the model gradually phased out as emissions regulations tightened and water-cooled, fuel-injected police bikes became the new standard. Phase-out and lasting legacy. By the early 2000s, many agencies had begun replacing their KZ1000P fleets with newer models from various manufacturers, often featuring modern technologies such as fuel injection, anti-lock brakes, and more advanced electronics. Kawasaki itself shifted focus to updated platforms better suited to evolving regulations and expectations. Even after its official production ended, the KZ1000P remained in service in some departments and found a second life among collectors and enthusiasts. Restored examples are now prized for their connection to a distinctive era of law enforcement and motorcycle design. For fans of classic police bikes, the Kawasaki KZ1000P stands as a benchmark machine, simple, tough, and unmistakably authoritative on the road. Kawasaki KZ1000P technical specifications and police design. Engine type and displacement. The Kawasaki KZ1000P uses an air-cooled, inline four-cylinder, four-stroke engine, a layout chosen for durability and smooth power delivery. Displacement is just under 1,000 cubic centimeters, giving the bike strong mid-range performance and reliable high-speed cruising. The engine is designed to run for long hours in varied weather, with simple, proven mechanicals that are easy for fleet mechanics to service. Power, torque, and performance character. In police trim, the KZ1000P produces power in the upper double-digit horsepower range, with healthy torque available from low to mid RPM. Rather than peak performance, the tuning emphasizes strong roll-on acceleration for quick lane changes, passing, and merging into fast traffic. The broad torque curve helps officers maintain steady speeds on highways and respond rapidly without constant gear changes. Transmission and final drive. The motorcycle uses a 5-speed manual transmission with a wet multiplate clutch. Gear ratios are spaced to balance quick acceleration with relaxed highway cruising. A chain final drive transfers power to the rear wheel, chosen for its simplicity, low weight, and ease of gearing changes if departments need different performance characteristics. The setup is robust enough for frequent stop-and-go duty and high-speed patrol work. Frame and suspension layout. The KZ1000P is built around a steel, double-cradle frame that provides strength and predictable handling under heavy loads. Conventional telescopic front forks and dual rear shock absorbers are tuned for stability and comfort during long shifts. Suspension settings account for the added weight of police equipment, rider, and gear, helping the bike remain composed during emergency maneuvers and at sustained highway speeds. Braking system. The braking system typically includes disc brakes at the front and rear, offering strong, fade-resistant stopping power. Dual front discs provide the majority of braking force, giving officers confidence when slowing from high speeds or stopping quickly in traffic. The system is designed to be reliable in all weather conditions, with components sized to handle the extra mass of police accessories and frequent hard use. Weight and typical top speed. Fully equipped, the KZ1000P is a relatively heavy motorcycle, with weight increased by the fairing, saddlebags, radios, and other police hardware. Even so, it remains agile enough for urban patrol and traffic enforcement. Typical top speed is in the region of 120 miles per hour, around 190 kilometers per hour, depending on setup and conditions. This allows officers to keep pace with fast highway traffic and respond quickly to incidents while maintaining stability and control. Police fairing and windshield. One of the most visible differences from civilian models is the large police fairing and tall windshield. The fairing improves wind protection for officers who spend many hours in the saddle, reducing fatigue and shielding them from weather and road debris. The windshield is shaped to provide clear visibility while deflecting airflow over the rider's helmet, helping maintain comfort and focus during long patrols and high-speed pursuits. Saddlebags and storage solutions. The KZ1000P is fitted with hard saddlebags mounted on either side of the rear. These lockable cases provide secure storage for ticket books, first aid kits, basic tools,